Hey, what's up? Welcome back for another edition of Mountaineer Mafia. Gonna try and do it a little different this week, give you a different look video-wise, and throw in some extra information overall Sunbelt Conference preview, um, and just try and get it with a little bit more to look at. So this week we play at Old Dominion. That's game later today at 3:30, and to be the first time programs have ever met. Pretty exciting because it's the first opponent this year that is pretty much on our level. Um, we played an FCS team and we played a Power 5 team and did pretty much what was expected in both games. I think some people were a little let down with the performance at Clemson, just mainly in the second quarter. We did pretty well in the first. We're right with them at the 3-point game after that, and then second quarter didn't go our way. Third quarter and fourth quarter put up pretty good performances, and I think that's going to lead into a good start here for the team against ODU today. Going to be playing outdoors. It's going to be rainy, or at least very wet, if it's not actively raining during game time. It's going to be important to keep control of the ball, keep it in the running back's hands as much as possible, especially since we have two strong running backs. Marcus Cox performed very well at Clemson at over 100 yards, and Terrence Upshaw had a couple of great runs. He's a little bit bigger, stronger of a back, and we're going to need both of them to really hit their stride today if we want to come out with the victory. And I think Satterfield knows that. I think we're going to run the rock as much as possible, and hopefully doing so opens up the passing game more than it did at Clemson. The DBs at Clemson were bigger and stronger, and it showed. Wide receivers struggled to get off coverage and run good routes, and we had to stick to the running game more than we should have. I think that changes today. I don't think ODU's defense is nearly as strong, and we can take advantage of that. But we're still going to have to set the passing game up through the running backs. On their side of the ball, these are the two guys we need to worry about the most. Their quarterback, Schuler Bentley, is a young kid, still learning the game. For those of you who saw some of the game against NC State last week, he didn't struggle as bad as his statistics would have you believe. If you watch the game, he had a lot of open receivers who couldn't catch a cold. Their hands were awful. But that's one problem that I see that we could have today, is that the receivers were open a good amount of times against a pretty good NC State defense. So we're going to have to really buckle down on the secondary and get better coverage. Clemson receivers took advantage of that against us 2 weeks ago, and ODU will do that again if we allow them to. We think we're going to probably blitz a good amount of times today, get him uncomfortable, try and get them to give it to the running back, who is the other guy here pictured, Ray Lowry, one of the top rushers in the FBS right now. He was held to, I believe, an overall -3 yards last week at NC State, against NC State. That's terrible production for him, and I don't see that happening again, although I think that we could really keep him in check, just like we did the Clemson running game. And it's going to take a heck of a performance yet again, but I have a lot of confidence in our defense going into this one, and I think we can take care of business. We just got to keep those guys grounded and probably limit turnovers, both fumbles and interceptions. We really can't have much of those today. This is a team that will take advantage of those against us. So going into other Sunbelt games now. First we'll take a look at Louisiana Monroe, and they start off the other Sunbelt games that are after ours today about I think it's a 4 o'clock game. Double check that here. Yes, that game starts at 4. I don't think we'll see much of competition here with this one. Alabama's much stronger, much bigger, better, and yeah, they're not going to have an easy game. Go to the next game here. Louisiana Lafayette this time will play against Akron. I think this will be a pretty good battle. The big boys on Louisiana's lines should be pretty strong, and I think this game could be much more even than the Monroe game. I think I'll probably go with Lafayette on this one. I don't know if that's going to be considered much of an upset. I don't know what the line is on that one exactly, but we'll go with Louisiana for some Sun Belt continuity there. Then we got Arkansas State Red Wolves versus Toledo Rockets. This one should be another pretty even match. I don't think either team is heavily favored here, but I think the Red Wolves can definitely come away with the victory. Toledo's strong coming in, 2-0, but Arkansas State has played much tougher opponents, so I believe that will go towards helping them experience-wise, and they should hopefully come away with another victory for the Sun Belt and beat Toledo today. Next up, we got South Alabama and NC State. I think this might be a little bit closer than the ODU game that NC State played last week, but I still don't see NC State losing to a Sun Belt team this year. I think South Alabama will probably have a little bit better of a game plan than ODU did, and come away with a little bit more consistent game all around. So we'll stay with NC State to win that one today. After that, we got Texas State versus Houston, battle of in-state Texas schools, and I don't really know who to choose for this one. Texas State, schedule-wise, doesn't tell you too much just yet, but Houston's played Louisville and beaten them, so I'm probably going to just go ahead and stick with Houston for this one. Just got a little bit stronger of a program overall right now, so we'll go with Houston for this one. And then last up, we have our favorite team, Georgia Southern Eagles, versus the Idaho Vandals for the only in-conference matchup of the week. And this one's not going to be pretty. Idaho struggled mightily with a Wofford team last week and won it near the end there. They're going to see another option offense just like they did that already ran all over them, and I think it's going to happen again today. So I think Georgia Southern walks away really easily with the victory here, and that'll be about it. So until next time, we'll see you later.